Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, your host, Beck, and I am happy to be here with y'all. I'm happy y'all are here with me. I'm stopping in for a really quick video because my daughter is sleeping and it is like towards the end of her nap. I'm so bad at timing when to make these videos. But anyway, today is a topic that I feel like is special and important, and it means a lot to me because I deal with this, and I know a lot of other people deal with this too, and we're gonna try to hop through this with as little editing needed as possible so I can get this out to y'all as soon as possible, because actually I shouldn't say that because I don't want to get copywritten. Are you allowed to say winter is coming? So with that being said, y'all, our topic for today is going to be seasonal affective disorder, SAD, or more commonly known as seasonal depression. A lot of folks suffer from different depressions and anxiety disorders, and one that is really common right now is seasonal depression. So we're going to start off with a quick definition of seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder. So let me get my computer. Y'all know what's up. This is from clevelandclinical.org. Okay, there's a lot of different .orgs that got a lot of different information and websites and things like that, but this is where we're getting this one from. Okay, so their overview here basically states that seasonal affective disorder, SAD, is a type of depression triggered by a change in season. Usually when fall starts. This seasonal depression gets worse in the late fall and early winter before ending in the sunnier days of spring. You can also get a mild version of SAD known as winter blues. It's normal to feel a little down during the colder months. You may be stuck inside and it gets dark early. But full SAD goes beyond this. It is a form of depression. Unlike winter blues, SAD affects your daily life, including how you feel and think. Oh, and also I want to touch on this. There is a form of seasonal depression that is related to the summer, but it is more rare, and it's called summer depression. It starts in the spring or early summer and ends in fall. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going. So when they're talking about how common it is, about 5% of adults in the US experience SAD. It tends to start in young adulthood, usually between the ages of 18 and 30. SAD affects people assigned female at birth more than people assigned male at birth. Though researchers aren't sure why, about 10 to 20% of people in America may get a milder form of winter blues. So let's just read over a couple symptoms. Sadness, feeling depressed most of the day, almost every day, anxiety, carbohydrate cravings and weight gain, extreme fatigue, lack of energy, feeling hopeless or worthless, trouble concentrating, feeling irritated or agitated, limbs, arms and legs that feel heavy, loss of interest in usual pleasurable activities, including withdrawing from social activities, sleeping problems, usually oversleeping, thoughts of and then so the people who have summer seasonal depression, agitation and restlessness, anxiety, decreased appetite and weight loss, episodes of violent behavior and trouble sleeping, insomnia. What they say causes seasonal affective disorder. Biological clock change. So basically what they're saying is less sunlight and things like that. Your internal clock, it affects how your internal clock regulates your mood, your sleep, your hormones. So when it shifts, your regular daily routine is kind of out of step. It's out of alignment. It could be brain chemical imbalance. They're also saying it could be a vitamin D deficiency. So it basically says your serotonin levels also get a boost from vitamin D. And so since there's less sunlight, basically that can affect your serotonin levels, which can affect your mood. So people who have lower levels of serotonin are automatically, usually, more susceptible to depression and things like that, because serotonin is basically a chemical that contributes to us feeling happy. Okay, and also melatonin boost. Melatonin is a chemical that affects your sleep patterns and mood. So the lack of sunlight might stimulate the overproduction of melatonin. So it might make you feel sleepier because there's not a lot of sunlight. And then that makes you feel sluggish. And then that can make you feel, depressed. This is for who is at risk of seasonal depression. You have another mood disorder such as major depressive disorder or bipolar disorder. You may have relatives with SAD or other forms of depression or mental health conditions such as major depressions or schizophrenia. You live at latitudes far north or far south from the equator. There's less sunlight during the winter at these latitudes, and you live in a cloudy region. So those are people who are more at risk. We won't get into the diagnosis and the tests and everything like that. So once again, I'll just say that article that I just read was written and published on clevelandclinic.org. So that is where you can go to find more information, and you can just look it up. There's tons of websites that will give you tons of information on it. Now, before I really start talking, disclaimer. I'm not a medical professional. So this video is not meant to diagnose you. It's not meant to give you any cures or any medical advice. This is really just me explaining what I do, what works for me, and my experiences, and that is all. Okay, let's go. That was just a little bit definition of what seasonal affective disorder is. Also a brief description of the winter blues and what the winter blues is about. The winter blues is basically a less intense version of seasonal depression. I've experienced a lot of just some seasons where I just have the winter blues and some seasons where I have very terrible seasonal depression, and it very much does affect your daily life, like how you get out of bed and how you operate in your day and things like that. And it's been something I have dealt with for quite some time. It's easily frustrating, and if you deal with it for a certain amount of years, it can also put you in this cycle or make you feel like, you know, like, why am I even trying to even fix it anymore? Like, it can get very pessimistic at a certain point when it's been going on for so many years. But this is going to be my best year yet. I truly believe that this is going to be my best winter yet. And I'm going into it with a plan and an understanding and a mission. And part of that mission is to help you to, I don't know, maybe come up with some new ideas for some things that you could maybe do to have a better winter for yourself. Like I said, run all things past your healthcare provider, because I am not the one. Okay, so let's get into it. So now I'm going to basically just talk about a few things that I do and that I feel like have really helped me. I'm going to start by saying I don't take any medications. I know there's a lot of folks that take medications. I'm not a big advocate for taking medications. I don't usually push people to do that. This is just me, and I don't take medication. So that's the first things first. If you're coming here looking for information on a medication, I don't have that because I don't take them. Okay, I do things more holistically. Those are the tools that I choose to use, and so those are the tools we're going to be looking at today. So first things first, mindset really plays a big role in how you handle these situations. I think at first I used to think that like the thoughts were really mine and the things that I was hearing was really me. And I used to go into winter like, oh, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be another rough winter. Like, I'm just going to have to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, push through it. Like, I was very pessimistic about it. And I think even last year I kind of was a little bit too. But last year it was only a year since I had my daughter. So I was still going through a lot of hormonal changes, and I still am. But I think this year I'm starting to kind of come out of the hormonal fog a little bit more, and I am stepping into this with a positive mindset. And so I want to share a little bit about what that is. I've talked about it previously on my channel that I am doing hibernation prep this year. I've never done that before. And what that means is we're going into a space where it's really a good time to go within, be introspective, and like learn a little bit more about yourself and the things you like to do, or lean into your creative side and just like spend the whole time creating. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to spend the whole winter just crafting my butt off. Like, but it's a really good time to maybe go back to some things you really enjoyed in your childhood, like explore the inner child, as they say, and make it a time where you can sit and be dormant And I think the last couple years, because it's been winter, I don't know, my brain has just been like, it tries to shut off. And then you get mad at yourself because your brain is shutting off, but your brain is shutting off because it's winter and nature hibernates and we are nature, and our body's natural instinct is to hibernate in the winter. And so I think my mindset this time around is when my mind is beginning to kind of shut down and slow down, I don't want to look at it in a negative light and think that I'm just being like some lazy bump on a log, but I think that I have a better understanding of like why my body's natural instinct is just to shut down in the winter. And so I think because of that, it has shifted my mindset for this winter. And it's honestly been more exciting for me to plan how I'm going to like hibernate and be in my little cocoon this winter than to think about how dreary it could be. So shifting my mindset from negative to positive has already helped, where I feel like my seasonal depression would have kicked in sooner. And like the website said, seasonal depression can start from fall. Like sometimes when I see that first leaf fall, I'll be like, ooh, it's gonna happen, you know? But this year, you know, I feel like the mindset switch has kind of counteracted a lot of the earlier seasonal depression that I would normally have. So boom, mindset. So the next thing I want to get into is some physical things you could be doing for the outside of your body, like your physical things that you could be doing. I'm trying to get back into my yoga practice. That's actually a painting that I drew. A little yoga girl back there getting it in. But anyway, I want to lean back into my yoga, but I also want to lean into my exercise routine and my working out. It has actually been studied that working out and exercising can actually help with your serotonin levels. And so I want to push myself. And another thing too is that when you challenge yourself and you meet the challenge, that's gonna boost your confidence. It's gonna make you happy. It's gonna make those things enjoyable for you. I'll get on the elliptical and I'll be like, I gotta do this hour, like eat this hour up. And by the end of the hour, I'm like jumping for joy inside. I'm like, I just did that. When you do a full hour of yoga, you're like, yo, I can't believe I did that. Like, I'm that girl. And it lifts your spirit, it lifts your confidence, and it changes your mindset. So physical activity, exercise, things like that. You can get into yoga, Pilates. Yoga and Pilates are something that are a little more docile. So they fit really well with the energy of the season. But you could also be getting it in. Other things you can be doing for your body physically at this time is like moisturizing a lot. That sounds crazy. My hands are really dry right now. But I think sometimes my hands and my skin being really dry in the winter, it can make me really self-conscious, and that kind of feeds the negative mindset and the negative aspect of my winter blues. And so, but I do find, especially as a woman, when I'm really moisturized, I feel very feminine. I feel very soft, and it makes me feel confident. It gives me I feel like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? So get your shea butter. You know what I'm saying? Okay, African shea. I also recommend, there's like this Palmer's vitamin E oil that you can that stuff is like heaven sent. I've used it before. I haven't used it in a couple years, but I've used it before and it's top tier. So I would say get you some of that. Another thing, get dressed. Even if it's just a nice, really casual, cute outfit. Like, I'm in the house, but I'll put on jewelry in the house and stuff like that. You want to feel good. You want to feel confident. And when you're like in a depressive state, it's so hard to want to, make the push to get dressed. So one tip I would say is take a shower. Take you a hot shower and then get dressed. Because if you're just sitting in your clothes that you've been in for the last, there's been times in my winter blues when I didn't take a shower for a long time. And I'm just wearing the same old frumpy PJs. And I'm just and I smell myself and I'm just sitting in the depression. It's take your shower, take your hot shower. You know what I'm saying? Soak up the warmth because it's cold outside, but the warmth on your skin is going to feel great. I'm telling you. Take your shower, get dressed, put your perfume on. Even if you don't put deodorant on, don't put deodorant on if you're in the house, y'all. Oh, that's just a different story. Anyway, get dressed. I just have on like a really casual outfit today. It's really nothing serious. It's pants, a tank, a sweater, head wrap, earrings, you know what I'm saying? Just do something light. It will make you feel more confident. It'll make you feel better. Another cool trick for when you're in the shower that can really help is to put a couple drops of essential oil in your shower and just let it like permeate through the room. My favorite one to put in my shower would be, I got a bunch of goodies to show y'all, but my favorite one to put in the shower would be eucalyptus oil. And another thing you can do, sometimes you can add some chamomile oil as well. Chamomile is a really calming oil. So you can add eucalyptus and chamomile, or eucalyptus and lavender, or even eucalyptus and orange, because citrus does create that like good feeling inside of you. So get you some essential oils, drop them in your shower, and let the, you know what I'm saying, make that hot shower and let the steam just carry it throughout the bathroom. I'm telling you, you'll feel good. You might not want to get out of the shower though, but you'll feel good. Sometimes when I get out the shower, once I've got the lotion on, I'll even put a couple drops of the chamomile oil on my wrist and rub it in. That way, like, that calming energy that this brings, that the chamomile oil brings, it's following me around all day. It's on me. Matter of fact, but like that much is all you need. Throw it on your wrist. Rub it together. Put it, like, you can put it on your clothes or whatever. That's going to stay with you, and it's very calming. The next thing you can do for yourself physically, I don't know. Do I have anything next on the physical list? I would say just having good hygiene alone during the winter, like being very intentional about your hygiene in general, is helpful. It is. Because as much as that seems common sense, it's like when you're in that depressive state, you don't want to, like, you almost don't want to do anything. And sometimes getting in the shower seems hard, but that shower sometimes is like a lifesaver. So anything that you can do to kind of make yourself more confident, make yourself feel more put together, do that. Next things next, I'm going to jump into things you can do for your environment, because environment is important. Now, I talked about this a lot in hibernation prep, but one thing that is very important for your environment, and as it pertains to seasonal depression, is making sure that your environment is as clutter-free as possible. A lot of the times during summer, we have more money, we buy more stuff, we get more stuff, and stuff piles up and there's clutter everywhere, and it's fine because we're spending less time in the house, so it's outside. But in the winter, when you have to be trapped inside with all of that stuff, it can feel like you're in a cave. It feels like you live in a cave. Everything feels dark and everything feels cluttered. So if you start decluttering your house earlier, the more open your house feels, the less you'll feel like you are trapped inside the house. The less you will feel like bogged down by all this stuff. Try to declutter as early in the season as you can. Try to declutter. The next thing I would say as far as environment goes, I'm going to go back to my essential oils, y'all. Diffuse the oils in your house. Chamomile, frankincense, myrrh, lemongrass. Lemongrass is citrusy, so that gives you a citrus vibe. But you can also do lime, and you can also do orange. Orange is really great. In the winter, you can also, a big thing is, like, obviously, like, everybody wants to do pumpkin spice, but seriously, cinnamon oil is tops. Cinnamon oil will have you feeling good. So diffuse some cinnamon oil, diffuse some like nutmeg extract, like all that. Like my diffusers, girl, are almost dead. I need to change the filters and stuff because yesterday they didn't even run. Okay, that's how much I've been running them. Okay. The next thing, plants. Fill your house with life. Because when you look outside and you look around, like sometimes like all the trees are dead and like everything is dead, and you know, it can get you down, it can get you dreary. When I tell you my house is covered in my plant babies. My house is covered in plant babies. Let me show you another one. These are my smallest plant babies. At that, these aren't even the big boys, okay? There's still time to go into the grocery store, That's where I got this one. This is a grocery store baby. The other one wasn't. But there's tons of these like little aloe plants and succulents and things like that. And you can start small and just fill your house with succulents. Succulents are nice, especially if you have depression and stuff like that, because with succulents, you don't have to water them every single day. So, you know what I'm saying? If you get hit with that and you just have to lay down, your plant will live. Okay. Filling the house with plant life, even if you get fake plants. I got a couple like fake plants too. Just the visual of there being some life in your house, like a live greenery, it is really good for you. Also, when you have plants, you have a reason to run a humidifier. And that humidifier gonna make you feel like you're in a tropical rainforest, and you just gonna be in your house with your cup of tea, like, you know what I'm saying? So get you some plants and a humidifier, and talk to your plants and be involved with your plants and really enjoy that, because they have energy, and you can just and you can talk at them, and they're gonna soak that up, and you're gonna soak up their oxygen, and it's an exchange, child. It's gonna be amazing. Love on them, name them, water them, take care of them, and have fun with them. Okay. The next thing that you can do for your environment is redecorate. Okay. One of the big things that we are working on in our house is that, like, a lot of our walls, like you can see like behind me, a lot of our walls have stuff on them. There's pictures on our walls and stuff, and her bedroom, our daughter's bedroom, is completely like decorated and everything. But there's two really important spots in the house that are bare: our bathroom and our kitchen. Now, your kitchen is like where all your good intention and spiritual work goes into the food that you're eating. Your kitchen is a very important place. Even decorations give essence of life. They give energy. So one thing we're investing in is getting some pictures that we can hang in the bathroom. I just put some plants in the bathroom. We're going to try to hang some new decorations in the kitchen and just kind of bring the house to life. So get some pictures, get you a little live, laugh, love sign, you know what I'm saying, something, and just throw it up. Like, I'm telling you, it's for the best. Another thing you can do for your environment, and this was something I really had to do a couple years ago because I was going through it: write little notes for yourself and stick them around the house. It can be anything. It could be scriptures. It could be spiritual texts. It could be anything. It could be just affirmations or compliments, like, girl, you're cute. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, little tidbits of information about, just my body. Like, I was like, girl, love your body. It's beautiful. And it was created in the image it was created in. And you got to love it as such. That's something you can do for your environment if you really feel like you need to do that. I'm trying to keep the train moving. Let's move on to internal things we can do inside of our bodies and put inside of our bodies to help us during this time. Okay, so like I said, I got a lot of goodies to show y'all, and I got a little bit of time, so we're gonna zoom right through it. For the ladies, healthy cycle tea. The reason I say healthy cycle tea is because seasonal depression sucks even worse when you're on your period. Okay. And if you want to lower the cramps, you want to balance your hormones and things like that, you know what I'm saying? The more you can get your hormones, nice and stable, the more stable you will be. So healthy cycle tea, drink it every day. Okay. I'm going to tell you the concoction. I'll show y'all like the little concoction that I do. But this is really good for hormones. You can even throw some nettles tea in there. Another good herb that I forgot to get from the cabinet that I'm just starting to take it, but you want to make sure you get a regimen. So I want to make sure I get a regimen, is sarsaparilla. I think I'm saying that right. Look that up. Okay. St. John's wort. And I put the St. John's wort, I put like maybe 10 or 11 drops in each of my teas, because you can do about approximately 33 drops as a serving. St. John's wort is a mood support. And it is, honestly, getting on the regimen has helped me. And I discovered it a couple of years ago, and I just been, splashing it in my tea. You know what I'm saying? I take a little bit, splash it in the tea. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Okay. St. John's wort. Kava kava. Sometimes I put this in my tea. The thing about kava kava you have to remember is you can't take it every day. Because it can do a couple things to your liver. Okay, so you want to be careful with this, but it is really good. Like if you're having a day where it's just like too much and you're really, really in it, this kava kava, when you drink it, it almost like it's almost like within 4 or 5 minutes, your body will start to like take a breath for a second. You're like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So put this in, I put this in my tea. That's my favorite way to take any of these things is in my tea. Another thing I wanted to mention about the St. John's wort is that, not only can you take it in your, tincture, which I like tinctures the best, they go into your system faster, but you can also take St. John's wort capsules if you wanted to. So that's another thing. Most of these things you can also get, like your herbs, you can usually get in capsules as well. Vitamin D. Now it's important when we're doing these things to make sure that you get your vitamin D levels checked. And even on the clinic website, they'll say like a lot of the times they will check your thyroid to make sure that your thyroid is working properly, because some of those symptoms can be symptoms of your thyroid not working properly. I have had my thyroid checked and my thyroid levels are fine. But yeah, vitamin D. And that's just to counteract the fact that the sun is going bye-bye. The sun helps us with our vitamin D, and when the sun goes peace out, you got to pick up where the sun leaves off, okay? Get your vitamin D. B12. Saying, I haven't taken mine today, but you know what I'm saying? You get your vitamin B12, you get one of these, take it right under the tongue. Okay, this one's good. It's like a berry one. It's nice. So yeah, get your vitamin B12 on, okay? And like I said, do more research into all of these things, but this is just what I do. Iron. Now, if you got iron deficiency, your doctor will tell you when to take iron and how much iron you need to take, but iron, you can get them you can get the pillies, nice little pillies. This is a new discovery that I made, but I love it. So I had went to the doctor. I went to my OBGYN girl, my home girl, and we had a nice little conversation about my PMDD and everything like that. And she had given me a sample of I guess PMDD, a pill, like a holistic pill or homeopathic. It's supposed to basically help with PMS and everything. Mommy, be right out, okay?
Okay, bye.
Bye, I love you.
Okay.
It had a couple different ingredients, but one of the main ingredients was royal jelly. I did some research on royal jelly, and I found out that it actually does help with things like PMS and stabilizing mood. And another big thing that helps with energy and things like that is ginseng. And so I came across this box. It is, as you can see, ginseng and royal jelly. They come in like these they look like little tubes, and you just, you know what I'm saying, you pop it open, like you'll see when you get it, do all the things, and then you drink it down. The first time around I put it in tea, but then I've just been taking them straight out the bottle. But honestly though, like no lie, it's actually been really great. And this is my first time trying it. It's like my first test run. But I have noticed actually a real difference when I am taking the ginseng and royal jelly. So I'm going to make that a, regular thing. But get you some royal jelly, y'all. Get you some royal jelly and some ginseng. I've been taking different types of ginseng for a while. So I was taking Siberian ginseng capsules. And then there's also, you can get ginseng in like this little tea packet form. And this is like Korean ginseng. This one we had to get from the Asian market. I haven't seen it anywhere else other than in an Asian market, but this one actually, and there's like another box, there's a green box, and the green box I think is just ginseng. I actually ended up finding it at a natural grocers, which is where I get most of my like holistic things anyway, like my raw teas and my tea bags and my women's health tea and stuff like that. I usually get that from natural grocers, but I was very pleased that they actually have these ginseng boxes. And they have the really big one at my Natural Grocers. So I don't know if Natural Grocers is everywhere. I feel like it might be, but I'm not sure. But wherever your local Natural Grocers equivalent is, I'm hoping that you can find that there. Or just, support a minority business and head on over to your local, Asian market and put your money there and buy some ginseng and royal jelly. So that really helped. I sped right through those because I'm trying to move fast. But out of all of the things that I have tried, St. John's wort, women's health tea, royal jelly and ginseng, and the kava kava have been the most effective things for me. The kava kava works like when you get in the tincture form. You can get kava kava capsules as well, but the kava, you put that in the tea, it works really fast. But like I said, do not take kava every single day. I don't take kava every single day. At first I was, and then I realized quickly that I should not, so I was not. But there's also a lot of other teas you can drink other than the women's health tea. There's a lot of good herbal teas you can drink that are good for anxiety and depression and things like that. So chamomile tea is very calming if you are having anxiety. If you're overloaded with melatonin, like the website said, that might be a bit much. So you can go the green tea route, wake yourself up. And you can do that. You can do the matcha, because I had got my matcha powder too from my local Natural Grocers. But you know what I'm saying? Matcha, or you could do just your regular green tea bags, the caffeinated ones. That is good for energy, but the ginseng and stuff like that, that's going to give you that energy. Now at night, that's when I or if I'm having really bad anxiety day, that's when I'll go for like my kava or my chamomile. Lemon balm is another good calming one. Also passion flower, things like that. Like if that anxiety of it all is kicking in, then that's really nice. Those things are really nice for that. There was this really nice tea bag that I got. It was I don't know where I got it from. I think I just got it from a grocery store, and it was chamomile, blueberry, lemon, and it was bomb. So yeah, ginger is also a really good thing to take during this time. It really warms your chest up, and it has tons of health benefits. So hit that up too. You know what I'm saying? For me, I find that I have insomnia even in the winter. I think they said part of it is sleep issues, usually oversleeping. And I think sometimes I do oversleep in the winter, but it's hard because I have a kid, so oversleeping is kind of not really an option. But insomnia is a big issue for me. That's why I take I'll drink chamomile before bed. But I also take these this one's empty, but we have another one that's not empty. But I also take these sleep gummies, and these sleep gummies I live by them low key, which is not the greatest, but there is a lot of botanical extracts. There's chamomile in it, there's passion flower, lemon balm, things I named. And then there is L-theanine. I think I said that right, L-theanine. And melatonin. So there's good stuff in here, and it's really gonna make you sleep. Okay, so if you got that insomnia, you know what I'm saying, hit it up. That's what I use. And then lastly, as far as consuming, I think what's really, really important for SAD, what we put in our bodies is also our food, our nutrition. And, if we fill ourselves up on sugar and carbs, things that are going to make us feel bleh, then we're going to feel bleh, okay? So we want to kind of try to eat a little bit better during those months. And I have been trying to, but my portion sizes are bigger than what I would like them to be. I would love to have smaller portion sizes, but I do think that I do have a good diet right now, and I'm hoping to carry that into the winter. But your diet does really affect a lot more than people think. It affects the way your body processes things. It affects everything, literally down to your hormones. And so you wanna try to eat in a way that is not going to bog you down. The carbs they'll bloat you. They'll make you feel heavy. And you don't want to feel heavy when your emotions are already heavy. And so sometimes I give in, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes your emotions need the carb. Your emotions need the chocolate. Your emotions need it sometimes. But then there's times when you're like, okay, like I realize that it's doing too much. Work on eating nature's candy versus eating the factory's candy. You know what I'm saying? Like smash some fruit. You want something sweet? Eat some fruit. I realized how fire an apple was the other day when I gave my daughter an apple. I was like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I took a couple bites of it. I was like, that's bomb. It was the red lady apple. I said, okay, eat nature's candy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that diet is something we don't think about a lot, and we don't think about how it contributes to the way that it makes us feel in the wintertime. But it does. It changes our confidence level. It brings our confidence down. It makes it harder for us to exercise. And it makes us more willing to just sit down and just eat. And especially if you're a woman, which they said in the article that this usually affects women more than men, which they're still trying to figure out, which could be a statistical error because when you think about it, more women come forward about their emotions than men do because of the stigma. But especially for women, because when we're on our cycle, like during ovulation, we start craving food, we start craving carbs, we start craving sugar. And then when our period comes, like we have more cramps because of it. Like we just ate so many carbs and so much sugar that we got all these cramps and headaches, and it'll make you feel more miserable. So the cleaner and better that you eat, the smoother it'll all go. So that's my last little tidbit on what we're putting inside ourselves that can help with our mindset and that can help with our seasonal affective disorder. Y'all, it's hard. And even when we feel like we're trying our best, we also feel like we're doing our worst. And that's the hardest part of it. But I don't want anyone to feel like hope is lost. I think for a while, I felt like very hopeless about it. And I just thought that it would just keep happening every single year to me. And I was just going to have to deal with it until the end, you know. But I'm a firm believer that nature is going to provide us a way to figure all of these things out. People have been doing it for so long, and I think that a lot of us have just been so separated from that for so long, for so many generations, that it's hard to kind of find your way back, and you're kind of just like experimenting on yourself until you feel whole again. But I think that when it comes to holistic health, it's all about being whole. And it even talks about being whole with nature, with your body, with your mind, with your spirit, with spirit in general. I'm trying to shift my mindset to something a little more holistic this year, and I'm hoping that this video will help you to do the same. It's hard. It's a hard thing to explain. And I think to some, they almost feel like it's an excuse, but it's real and it's tough. I see you. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. And I'm hoping that I can report back to y'all by summer and be like, y'all, winter was lit. You know what I'm saying? And I want the same for you. Like, I want y'all to report back by summer. Like, show me all your creations. Tell me how dope of a winter season you had, just chilling with you, yourself, and your thoughts, and working through all your stuff, and relaxing with your cup of hot tea and your plants, and y'all had a blast. And that's what I want for us. I want for us to enjoy the winter as much as we possibly can. Granted, nothing is perfect. There's gonna be days where you're out of it and you're not feeling it, and that's just that. And during those days, it's going to be hard. You got to keep trying during those days, but it's going to be hard. Those days are going to happen. Those nights will come. And I think the most important thing to remember is that, like I said in the beginning, it's not you. It's not you. These things aren't you. They don't make you you. They don't dictate who you are as a person. This is an obstacle that you will overcome. Not that you can or should, but that you will overcome, and you are overcoming. This is something that is biologically within you, but it is not you. It's not you. So when you have these negative thoughts, or when you say these negative things, or when you lash out, it's not you. And when it comes to your loved ones, and something that we can do when it comes to our loved ones is apologize. Accept it and apologize. You know, I think sometimes in the beginning for me, like, I would find a way to blame it on someone else. And I think eventually I had to say, you know what? I lashed out on you. That was wild. It's me. I'm sorry. And even that interaction alone, and them accepting it and you talking through it, can still help to produce those chemicals that will make you feel better. And it will make you feel better that others can understand you and still love you and still see you as who you are. Those days will come. And if there are people around us and there are loved ones around us, we may lash out, or we may detract from them. But I think that if we keep the communication open with them, then they can understand and we can feel understood. So, y'all, I love y'all so much. I'm so happy that y'all were here with me. I'm happy I was here with y'all. And keep trying things. Don't give up. We exercise in the winter. We're going to pop out in the summer looking good, okay? So at least keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Get that summer bod. Like, I didn't really have a summer bod this summer. Like, you might not have had it this summer, but you can have it next summer, okay? I love y'all. I will talk to y'all later. This was dope. We got to do this again, bro. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you comment below. I want to hear everything. Tell me your stories of your SAD or your winter blues. If you have a loved one that has this and you're trying to better understand, leave a comment. We're going to help you out. Share this with a loved one or someone that you know. And yeah, y'all, like, turn your post notifications on if you want to. I mean, I try to post regularly, but sometimes I forget. Anyway, y'all, I want y'all to have a great day. I want y'all to have a great winter. And I'm going to see y'all later. Peace.